The Finsiders continue now with your host, Greg Likens.
Welcome back to the Finsiders. Greg Likens here alongside John Congemi, OJ McDuffie, Tristan Jones joining us now on set. Tristan, how's everything going?
Everything's going great, guys. And Congemi, I have to say, sometimes the fans, the chatters, they like to heckle us, give us a hard time. And as you're up here, they're saying, man, did Congemi not get the memo today on the wardrobe? Because, oftentimes, though, Greg and OJ end up matching some capacity without even planning it out, so they say. But, I think now that I'm up here, we've kind of...
Helps me out a little bit.
Even it out a little bit.
Gray, brought the gray up here, so...
Yeah. I mean, we're not exactly matching.
No, it's close.
It's similar.
A little plan for tomorrow, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
possibly.
We're working on it.
All right. Sounds good. So let's get to some of these fan questions that are not heckling anybody. This one comes from Andrew Granado, our new Twitter friend here. You guys were talking about Artie Burns earlier. He wants to know if Artie Burns is the perfect or best cornerback for Vance Joseph, not in the first round.
All right, what's next, Tristan?
All right, this one comes from Blair. Blair says that he read somewhere today that all Ryan Tannehill needs to be successful this coming season is a running back. Is that truly the case? And what about the offensive line, he says?
Now you're here to let us know what's going on in the chat.
It's been great via the chat as well, everyone chiming in. They're actually using all the platforms. I think, like the diehard fans are chiming in. Chat, Twitter, text, anyway, phone calls, every single way.
Great.
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome. So they're also chiming in with some questions still. And I said it was their last chance to get questions in. So here we go. This one, and I swear this chatter always chimes in when you're on because it's PA fan. And PA fan says, what returning players need to step it up the most this season?
Tristan, what's next?
All right. This next one comes from Anthony Otis Jr. And
OJ.
OJ says, hey, guys, what running back do you think would be a good fit in the later rounds if Elliott is not there at 13?
Okay. Well, there's been a ton of focus on Ezekiel Elliott.
A ton. Of course. All right. Well, this one comes from Alex on the subject of the draft. And he says, with the draft upcoming, what positions or position groups do you believe the Dolphins still need to address heavily? All right. This one comes from Idaho Fins fan wanting to know if you think that Jarvis Landry will have a different role in the offense next season. All right, guys. Well, I think we hear something about this weekly, and that's the height at the cornerback position. And Dan says if the Dolphins draft a cornerback, I'm pretty sure we all agree that they will. Do you believe that it needs to be someone with some height?
Now, back to the Finsiders, where it's time for Crystal Ball Tuesday.
We're back here on the Finsiders. Want to let everybody know that Dick Stockton's going to join us coming up next segment. But it is time for Crystal Ball Tuesday. Tristan joins us now for that. Tristan, this is the final Crystal Ball Tuesday.
Little Troy's over here smirking. What's so funny?
I don't know.
You're going to go a little rogue on us today?
It depends on what the questions are.
All right, so let's establish this right away, okay? Let's just establish this. I have some questions here that could impact the Dolphins either way in their future, depending on how Little Troy you predict them. So are we going to allow him, since this is his last opportunity, to make the prediction on some of those?
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, it's the final Crystal Ball Tuesday.
How about just one?
So in that spirit, I would say yes. But I will also, just to communicate and be open and free and honest with our audience, we have members of the Same Room Brain Trust who are all shaking their heads, and they're almost all waving their arms like there's an incomplete pass, saying don't allow Troy Stratford to make predictions.
I want you to make predictions,
There
Troy.
you go.
I say we go with one. At least one.
Well, let's start it off and see how things go.
All right, we'll start with one of them then. All right. Gunner wants to know, will the Dolphins make the playoffs in 2016?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
You want to start it off? You want OJ to go first?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Fans might like that. Okay. Jeff wants to know if you think the Dolphins will finally place first in the AFC East.
No.
Well,
if they don't make the playoff.
Yeah.
Kind of go hand in hand.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, this one comes from Finn's Alex. He says, okay, guys, it's week 1 of the 2016 season. First offensive snap. Who is alongside or behind Ryan Tannehill at running back? Ajayi, Williams, Foster, or somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
He'll like to hear that. Okay, this next one comes from Steve Nickel. Steve Nickel wants to know if Cam Wake will be back and ready by minicamp. All right.
Why'd you have to bring that part up?
This one comes from Gators. He wants to know how many defensive touchdowns the Dolphins will have.
Man, they're
That
going to
was
score
a-
up a storm.
That would be a good
42
thing.
game, yes.
All right, this next one comes in on Twitter from Aloha Fin Fan. He
Aloha.
wants to know.
Aloha.
This is a good one. Yes, Aloha. He wants to know which Dolphin edition, whether it be a free agent or a draft pick, will have the greatest impact in 2016.
All right, what else are we hearing, Tristan?
All right, we're going to move on to quick hits here. And Greg, I'm not sure if you're going to like this, but you may have the last laugh. So SB Nation, they published an article today saying that the Final Four meeting between Syracuse and North Carolina is the last one that the NCAA wants to see. And I'm sure you could guess
Little shot
why.
making.
Right.
Shot.
So NCAA President Mark Emmert went on the record stating some reasons why this might not be his favorite matchup, but they're alluding to some of them. They're not quoting him exactly.
Wait, the president came out and said this? Or they're just
They're saying that
reading between the lines?
they're reading between the lines. Okay. So obviously UNC has had its issues. So they had an issue with academics and they've had punishment, but that Emmert says that the investigation is nearing its end, and when the university is already in the spotlight for basketball reasons, not necessarily something that they want to distract from. Syracuse, of course, has its number of allegations and related to academic fraud, and so as you can imagine, because these two teams have had
This
issues,
is like haymakers. Huh?
he's not really, I don't think, loving this matchup.